Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So, half an hour ago or something else, I got a question from a long time follower, I think from the first minute on, and he made a kind donation too, thank you very much. And he asked me if we can do something like this in cinema. And yeah, of course we can. So I think we can, I did not try it, but I have an idea how to do this. And yeah, and since some friends cancelled the visit, so I have coincidentally some time. So let's do this. And yeah, the question was not only if we can do this in cinema. He has R20, so no nodes, and with the physical render, no octane or something else with the physical render. And if we can texture this shape here with the physical render similar, and I think we can do this. We can, yeah, I think we can just try it. So why not? So let's make this shape. For this shape, yeah, with the nodes, it would be a little easier, but I show you the nodes way as well. So at least the first steps was what we can do with the node. What comes in my mind now? Let's see. So I make here a sphere with an icosahedron, you see, and give it 12 segments. This should be the start. And now we have to subdivide each of these triangles here, so that we get a point in the middle. Now with the new R26 we have a new node. This is the poke polygons, and this is exactly what we would need here. So when I go to the nodes, so nodes, geometry modifier, poke polygons, I bring this under the sphere, and you see it subdivides exactly the sphere. And here I have the offset. I can bring this up a little bit, let's say 25. And what's important here is I need to select vertices, so that this would select every new vertex here. So this is exactly what we would need. So, but now we have to find out how we can twist it. But let's see, if we go here to current state to object and hide this one, we will see, we go to our sphere, we have this sphere, and when I go in the point mode, you see each point what we need is already selected. And yeah, but we don't have nodes. We have R20, let's say, so we bring this away and we do it another way. So my idea is we take, meanwhile I think everyone knows the parametric tools here, and yeah, you will find a link on my website to these tools. This is a free plugin collection here from Maxon. Yeah, they don't, I don't know why, but they don't share it on their site anymore. But I have a link on my website, and I put it on my Dropbox. You can download it, so you get all these extrude things. They are really helpful, so they are really nice. And here I have one, and this is the inner extrude modifier. So let's find it. Extrude inner modifier. So first I select my sphere here, and then I go to here, check, hold my shift key, so the modifier has to be a child of the object. And so I have here the extrude inner modifier. Oh, now we have here just centimeter offset, I see. So you see that would do it, but not everywhere the same, and so I don't get really the points here. There is an optimize modifier as well, so when I go little thing, so that I have almost a point here. Let's see, go to the extensions. So you have somewhere optimize modifier. I bring this in and drag it under this one here. And here I could say, let's say 1 centimeter. No, it should close this one here. Yeah, it closes here. But you see that it gives us artifacts here. This is open still. So when I go up here, yeah, now it's, but we get here I have a way that should work. Yes, so I have here the triangle with the points. This could work, but I have a better idea. We do this with a matrix extrude. Go to here, and in the MoCraft tools we have a matrix extrude here. So shift click on it, and what I do here is I need one step, here 0, so, and here I can go to 0 in the scale. I select all of them, so just click on an S here, and I bring in here null and hold my control key and hit enter, so all the values will be changed. Control key, enter. You see, that makes exactly what I want. Perfect. Now I make here current state to object. Maybe I need the other one, so I just save it for later maybe. Okay, now we don't have the inner points here, that's a problem. First of all, I think I want to optimize this first. So with UO you can optimize if you select all points, polygons or edges or nothing. So you have you optimize everything. So you can right click here. I'm in point mode at the moment, or am I? Yeah. So and here we have somewhere the optimize, you see, and UO is the shortcut. So I click optimize. So now everything should. Let's go back here. You see here we have now 282 points, and when I make the UO, the optimize, look at the points. UO, we have 122 points. So good. Now, how can we select the points in the middle of the triangle? Yeah, we could go so, and where is the next one? So, but I think this is too heavy. I go to the mesh checking. In older version, the mesh checking is somewhere in the mode here. We go in the modeling mode, I think, and here's the mesh checking too, you see. But in this version we have the mesh checking here. I go to mesh checking and activate it, and you see we have now these purple points here. These are complex poles. These are, you see, and these are the poles. And this one we have only 3 or 4 connections. These are not complex points. Complex points are until 5, I think. 5. So okay, this is exactly what we need. Let's select this violet or purple points, and click on this. You see, we have 42 points selected. We can disable this, and now with UI I invert this selection, UI, and now you see we have on each of the triangles the point we need. Perfect. So I make immediately select store selection, so because we don't lose this, we don't want to lose this. And now I hit T for scale and simply scale all the points up. So away from them. Click somewhere in the viewport, and you see I hold my control key, my shift key, so I get increments here. And I think 120, 125. That's on you how high you want it, but I think a little higher. So between 120 and 125, that should be fine. I want it a little higher, so I give it 5% more. But that's totally on you. Okay, this is this step. The next step we need, we have to select all of these edges here of the pyramid. Only these edges, not this in between. Only these edges. this is quite easy at the moment. We have the point selection, double click on it, and we simply exchange this point selection. We make an edge selection out of this. You have here the edge selection, simply hold your shift key and click on edge selection. And you see, now we have all these edges without these edges selected. Exactly what we want. Now the next step is we have to cut the edges of these edges here around because we want to twist them, and so we need some segments in between. We need some. So this should be quite easy. With MM is edge cut. So when I hit once MM, see we have one cut. Then I do this a second time, MM, and this should be enough for a twist. Okay. Yeah, I think this is enough. You could do this, I go back to, you could do it with MF is edge cut, MF, and so with MF you have here now the options. You can say I want 4 cuts here and apply. Then you get more cuts. But I think 3 what we had, this was okay. If I go back, no, wait. Make this again. So point selection, shift click on edge, MM. So okay, this is it. The next step is we need, oh man, this is interesting thing. We need selected, I could read the edge one. We need this ones selected. So this 1, 2, 3 edges on each tip here. Okay, this is quite easy again. Back to our point selection, double click it and make this same trick, shift edge selection. But this is not what we want. We want this, okay. So we have to do it differently. Point mode. Also double click the points. Okay. Yeah. And now with UY you can extend this selection. So I hit UY and have this. And now I go back to my selection tag, click only once on it, and you see we have here deselect. So I want to deselect the first point on top. Now I have this. And now I can make an edge selection of this point. Now I don't hold the shift key and click. Now I need the control key and click on the edge selection. And I have this edge selection on top. This is perfect. I save this immediately, this store selections. So and now we we need to twist this. Okay, funny enough. So I want to twist just the first one, and every edges under it should twist slightly with it. So let's go. First I want to rotate, so I can R for rotation. Now I have here a soft selection. Enable it and go to surface. You see, here it will be less. This is exactly what I want. And I'm in rotation mode, so when I rotate now something, let's see what happens. I rotate to, right? Okay, this is not what we need. The blue one, not what we need, so only the blue one. I don't want us to go back. No. Okay, and I know why. Ha. Let's go to the axis here, and we want, instead of axis, we want to rotate this along the normals. Along the normals. So now we have to find which one is the correct axis. I think the blue. Yeah. So I go to 90 degrees. You can overdo it, go how far you want, but I think 90 degrees should be fine. So 90 degrees, and we have this twisted pyramids here. Let's go in object mode. Here is the object mode, so we have this pyramids. Of course, now when we put this in a subdivision surface, we get something like this. This is not what we want. We have to bevel the edges a little bit so that we get sharp edges. Yeah, simply bring in a bevel deformer. It's down here somewhere, so Shift C, bevel, deformer, double click it, so I can bring it down, so bring it down here. Okay, that does something, but I need it very sharp, so 0.2 maybe. And when I now bring this in the subdivision surface, that looks much better. I hide the edges, NA, and give it more. You see I have subdivision only 1, so let's go 2, 3, 4. That looks fine. That looks perfect. We have our shape, I think. Haha! Yeah, of course it is shape. Yeah, our pyramids are a little higher as this ones here. We expanded it at 125%. I think here is just 100% or something else. But this you can do however you want. We even could bring this down, I think. Let's try it. When I go to the point selection here, let's go out of this. The bevel we don't see, so we have the point selection. And I want to bring them down. We are in the soft, still in the soft selection. This is good. So when I go to T here, we are still soft selection. But now be careful when you want to bring it down. You cannot do it along the normals. So we can go back to axis, and normally we should be able to simply bring this down a little bit. See? We are still parametric more than less. Okay. You could even give it more rotation still. So if you want more rotation, rotate. Now we have to go back to normals, and the blue one it was. You can still work with the rotation how we want. So. But I think it was perfect like it was. So subdivision surface. I really like this one here. I will make this a safe project with assets. We don't have any assets at the moment, but doesn't matter. No, not on OneDrive. I bring it directly on my desktop here, and twist. I don't know, twisted spikes or so. Whatever. And we do it in physical render. Okay. So now we can start with shading this thing. We can bring this in a. We can delete this, is it? Oh, I'll add it inside. So make a backup folder here. Backup. I bring it inside here. So. Good. So for the shading, of course, I use my Nikomedias Scene Rig, and so it goes for one moment in my startup thing here. So because here I have all my rigs here implemented. You can bring, I could bring it out of the asset browser as well, but here I click once and it's done. So it's the easier way for me, because I can go here and whoops and whoops whoops whoops. Nikomedias Scene Rig Ultimate for layout. This is the right one, which I have, and this I would give here in my layout here, and then it's totally okay. But I have already a video how you can implement the scene rigs in R25. So if you have problems with it, or if you buy it and don't know how you to install it, you'll get the video. And if you buy it, you will get the email with the links and the link to the video which explains how to implement it here with everything we want. Good. Set this. So you see, this looks not really nice. What we need is the floor of this rig further down. This is for sure. So I go to the background floor, go down to the floor. So this is move up and down, floor, move up, down. Go to the side view here. So I go to move down. So I see it nicely here. Perfect. Now I make a camera and and bring the camera on the 0 point. I want to reset it to the 0, 0, 0, 0. So we make everything to 0 here. Oopsie. 0, 0. Okay, and now I just go back with the Z-axis. Great. But I want here focus length of 80, so I have to go a little back as well. And now I make here in the rigging, I have various the rigging things. This is because I work with more monitors, and then with the when I work on this, I have always problems here. Here we should have a stop, so a protect. So go to the camera, Shift C, protection tag here. So you see I have here the protection tag, and in the protection tag I say only the C should be available, so I can lay down, go play with the C direction, but nothing else. Okay, save. Now let's start to shade this. So now we go to the render settings. Here I make a new render setting, or make instead of this one I go to the physical. So this is the PR, physical render, and I want GI of course, so I bring in global illumination. So, we don't need ambient occlusion here, I think. So fixed is okay here, low is okay, and I go even further down to 1 here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, so we get a very quick, we should get a very quick preview. Save it, and here 1080 by 1080, it is okay. Frames, it doesn't matter, we make just a still. Of course we could maybe animate this, could we animate this? Yeah, with a PLA, so a point level animation. But we don't need it at the moment, so. Good, the shading. Let's make a new material. Double click in the material manager, and what we want with this is this satire look. So this is this crazy nice satire look, shimmering thing. Looks really nice. Yeah, this is from Forge in Mind. So you will find a link in the description later on. So let's see Forge in Mind, and he has some really nice things. So you definitely should visit his profile. Some really nice things in there. So, okay. And go back. So I want to make a very rough metal look, so that should look like a satire then. So I go to the reflectance on it, GGX is okay. I want full reflection. And the Fresnel, make it conducted, let's say maybe chromium. I tried with chromium, we have not this. bring another subdivision surface and to get this, and then if you go up here with this, should get a really nice satire look. So if I go to the render here, where do I have? I always search for the symbols here, which I have in my thing, but inductive render region. So something like that. You see, I get a nice preview. We could go even further down here. What did this? Ah, I have to render things here, that's okay. Let's go to maybe 2 here. Ah, no, I know what. I go to 1 and only use QMC here. This is my way normally to go with a very quick preview. I don't think we can go to make this 2. Let's see. Yeah, this is okay. You see this very quick. So now let's play further. We have this thing. What can we do further? We want this shimmering look. Let's see how this looks when we make a nice render. So I make another render setting here. I copy this one, and this one is middle, this one is low. I go to this middle one and go here to physical, make it adaptive, medium, here go to 2 area, no, 2, and here 15 should be enough. Normally 3 and 4 should be enough, but this, and here I go to medium. This is even here a nice, almost quick preview, but not really. But when I make now a normal render, so render to the picture viewer, Shift R. Oops, somewhere Shift R. Yeah. Now it's. Is this, I always have problems, I have to go to startup here, Shift R, yeah, now I have this guy here, let's go to 720, is more than enough here. I don't see the, when I go to standard, I need to start up standard, and now Shift R, first let's go to here and make output 720, this is enough. Shift R. Yeah, okay, now I come back to here. So it renders quite nice and quick. This looks nice. Okay. Yep. Bye bye. And now let's bring in the shimmer thing. I go to the layer color, and in the layer color I bring in, this is again a little problematic, an effect, and this is really horrible. How can I have to make the next time I have to make a bigger resolution here when I do something. I have to go down to effects here. The downs are the effects. Well, when I go further down, does it then? Let's see. No, it should go up normally. How can I do that? Anyway, when you go to this texture, you can go down to effects, and in the effects you find the thin film shaders. So I do this on the other monitor here. So effects, the effects are here, but then thin film. So that looks then like this. You see, I have here the thin film now inside. The thin film we have to make our render here. Let's go back to low here. And let's go to interactive render region. That looks at the first glance not so nice. First what we do, this is a little too dark, so I go here to multiply. That does not change anything normally. But when I go here to up to 150, let's say. Yep, nice. And in the scene film shader, you have a lot to do. This is nice. Here you can, everything you change gives you a different result. So I go here to 300. Looks immediately nice. Let's say to play with the IOR here. You see a nice preview here. You can go very slightly. Look at this. Let's go to 350 here. You see it's totally different. Oh, that looks nice. I go with this one. You can make here now, you could make here, you can go crazy, bring in your texture here and see a variation of 100. And then you get very crazy things here going. So let's go to 300 here. And you see you can play forever with this. But I think this one is a really nice one. The green is great. You can go here with another color. You see that it changes everything here. But this, I really like this one. Save me. So this is nice. Now of course I want so that everything fits together. So I want a nice background as well. So I go to my scene rig here. In the scene rig, come on here. So scene rig, background. I want a background color here. Nice background color. Go here, and here is the eyedropper here. I pick a nice color out of this rendering here. Maybe this is something greenish. Yeah, but of course not so extremely saturated. Oh yes. Or could just do the same with the pink one. Let's try the pink one. I preferred the other one. Nothing against pink, but green, in my opinion, is here nicer. Okay, and now let's see when we do a quite nice render here. Let's go back to the middle. Medium, and render this with the medium render setting, Shift R. Ah, that looks great. That looks wonderful. Like a really nice flower. Great. And it's 27 seconds. Okay, this is an 18 core i9. What is it? 7980 XE or something else. Okay, this is great. But let's see if we can do more. I want this rough satire look, but maybe I want a little specular on this, so a little glossy, little more. Let's go to the material and make another layer in the reflection here. Add layer, we want a GGX layer. No specular, full here, and here almost no thing. So this is okay. But I want I want this layer edit. So yeah, you see, definitely we have now very shiny top, and we can set, so we can make it less and more with this layer color. When I make it darker, I get less of this, you see. I think it could look quite nice. Let's go here to maximum maybe. That changes not really something. Additive, metal. In the preview it does not change anything, but I think maximum should be okay. That's okay, that's okay. And let's render this one. Shift R. Yeah, we have definitely gloss in a may take a little longer, but not a lot. And here, if you okay, we work with for R20, so we know denoiser. If you work with, I don't know when the denoiser came in. I think it was 24 or 25. You could make it. It's perfectly fine. We have some slight noise here, so I would go for the final render. I would go up here, or in our case, if you have already the denoiser, you could use it. But you see, it needs a little post work. I would bring this to Photoshop or something else. But you have here the filter, and in my filter, I use this here. I use them already somewhere. I don't know where. But when I enable this filter, okay, this is, yeah, it's always the same. Little more saturation, contrast, and you get far better. Oh, that looks nice. I want to render this out with the denoiser now. You see, we have this, and normally when I need it more, so I would go to the render settings. I have here in the physical render now, go down to 5 here, that would help. And yeah, you can go here to a high, and so you have some presets you can use. But in this case, I want to use the denoiser on top of it and render it again. So let's disable the filter for now. So Shift R and render it with the denoiser. And the denoiser comes after the render. This is a post effect, so when the render is done, then the denoiser comes in. I did not think that we get such a quick and wonderful result. I think it would be more complicated. So we have still the noise here, you see, but as I said, now no noise anymore, nowhere. So now we have a wonderful render here. Wow, that's great. Yeah, that's it. We tackled it. And how long? Yeah, a little more than half an hour. Great. Okay, so I hope you like this, and yeah, I wish you all a nice evening. Here it's 9 p.m. and yeah, the next tutorial I will do one during the weekend, of course. I cannot tell you if tomorrow or Sunday or so, I don't know, because the friends, they should come today, they will come tomorrow or the day after, we will see. And yeah, yeah, that's it for now. If you have questions, complaints, requests, please let me know. You know me now, and I think that the ways you can reach me here in the comments on YouTube, on my Facebook site, on our Facebook group, and so on my website, on Instagram, wherever. Okay, so yeah, and if you wanna support me, you can do so, of course, with PayPal donation, or if you wanna support me on Patreon, you will find a lot of things for Patreon there. Meanwhile, over 300 posts threads just for Patreon. So from project files to texture kits and whatever. So in scripts and whatsoever. Just have a look. And yeah, that's it. I wish you all the best hier from Austria, Vienna und tschüss und baba.